Hello guys, this is Pap from Pap back at it again, and today we have the first, this is actually the second, right? So, new stuff, and I mean completely new because we have MONARCH to begin with, and I take like a pause day. Yesterday there was no video, there was nothing, because I was working on this, but most of all I was working on getting the third copies of all the stuff that I need. But as you might imagine, I didn't manage to get all of them. Actually none of them. I'm still spending like 500 gems each time just to hope to get the third copy, for example, of the Armored Dragon level 3 or of the Idia, but of course I ended up with none of them. Anyway, these are the version, of course. To be fully optimized you need to play 3 real copies, but I want to tell you everything in the decklist breakdown as I always do. But before jumping right into it, guys, just a quick reminder: if you enjoy the content, please leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it and really helps me a lot. Let's jump right into it. So I'm here with Silvius Sawarari and his new skill that he has for MONARCH. Actually, properly for MONARCH. This is the decklist that I am using. So let's start from the skill. The skill is called Pantheist Revelation. Is it good? Yep, it is. And what it does, at the beginning of the duel, you add 3 Pantheism of the MONARCH. So you basically had to start with a deck of minimum 23 cards, if you play 20. And why these 3 Pantheism are good? Because Pantheism of the MONARCHs is actually their pot of greed, is MONARCH's pot of greed. You discard a spell trap card, a MONARCH spell trap card, and you draw 2 cards. That's it. It's not once per turn, so you can, if you have triple of this, you can draw. And he has a second effect on the graveyard. The second effect on the graveyard is a once per turn, hard once per turn. And you discard it, you reveal 3 MONARCH spell trap card from your deck, and your opponent choose one of those to add to your hand. So you can play some mind games with this, so it's pretty nice. Like, instead of the second effect is nice, but I actually never happened to activate it, so I guess they have to adjust this, because they can make you actually, with the second effect of the skill, you can add a MONARCH basically from your deck to your hand by returning a monster with 800,000, basically the squire or the vessels, and 1 MONARCH spell trap card from your hand to the deck to add a MONARCH, okay? But this has to be on turn 4 and onward, and also returning 2 cards for 1 MONARCH. I don't know. I think in the future they're gonna buff this thing, maybe removing the time limit, the fact that you have to wait until turn 4, still. And then we have the requirement of the deck list. You need to play at least 6 MONARCH spell trap card, understandable, and 6 MONARCH, basically actually monsters with 2400 attack or more and 1000 defense. That's the skill, and this is the deck list I end up playing with. And as you can see, the only thing the stable I'm playing is Book of Moon. Otherwise, basically the deck would have been 20 cards. But the Book of Moon is needed because you can actually draw into that very nice, very actually often, because of the pot of greed, of the triple pot of greed that we had added to our deck. And Book of Moon is basically you're only out when you face Speedroids. If Speedroids start with their Crystal Wing, you either draw Book of Moon or you're dead. So that's why we play Book of Moon, otherwise we have no out to Speedroids. What's the spice about here? So as you can see, we're not playing the new 2 MONARCH monsters that are Aether and Kurets, just because they're not that good. Like, because the thing is, Aether, oh, we can just write these here to explain to you guys. So MONARCH, sorry for the cap. Oh, I miswrote. Okay. Aether can be good in case you don't have Escalation of the MONARCH, because Escalation of the MONARCH lets you tribute summon your opponent's turn, okay? And basically Aether does the same without Escalation, but the thing is that when you tribute summon this, he has no effect other than milling, and we already have this guy, it's a mill, but also you special summon a monster, actually a MONARCH, to be fair, that's it. You special summon a Monarch, but the thing is that none of these Monarch monsters, when they are special summoned, triggered, their effect is triggered. So the only effect is triggered is the one of Kurats, but it's not that good because you're supposed to do this in the main phase, and if you summon Kurats and you pop a couple of monsters, you give your opponents 2 draws. That's bad. That's why we're not playing that, okay? So for the 6 monsters, we're playing Erebus, Caius, Raita. This of course is one of the best effects in the game. Non-targeting, shuffle into the deck. It can be also from the hand, so it can be a nice tribute summon also for your turn 1. Caius to banish and have some damage, perfect against Orcust, and Raita to shuffle back on top of deck, so if it is an extra deck monster, of course, it just shuffled back into the deck. Also, what's the spice about this? Even if you play just one, it happens very actually often to draw it because of the draw of the Pantheism. SIMORGH. I already had this combo back in the day when I tried to make MONARCH work, and why SIMORGH is so good, because this becomes wind also when it's on the field, and that's a thing that we need. If you tribute summon a dog, or a wind monster tribute summon, okay, so that's the deck, right? You can special summon this card from your end or graveyard. Insane. And why do we want to have these booty on the field, these 2900? Because of the second effect. When a spell trap card or effect is activated, so even if you're, for example, Dark Contract stuff, you know, already face up on the field, they activate their effect, you can negate this. You can tribute one wind, and this is treated as a wind, winged type monster, and this is winged beast monster. Negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. So you negate, you tribute it, and when you tribute summon again, SIMORGH comes back from the graveyard. Love it. I simply love it. Your negation for Monarch, basically. And how do we make this consistent? Thanks to Tenacity of the Monarch. Rare spell card, nothing special except the fact that you reveal a Monarch and you search any Monarch spell trap card. Of course, if you do not have already Pantheism in your hand, you're gonna search for that. Make sure that your turn 1 looks like a couple of monsters on the field and the escalation of the Monarchs, because it makes you tribute summon your opponent's turn to turn the effect duty on the tribute summon of your Monarch like an interruption. And also, Prime Monarch is the card you want to have in your hand to discard with the Pantheism in order to have this effect during your opponent's turn and to have basically another defense. For example, let's suppose against Raging Pendulum, they go with the Raging Odd Eyes to clear the field, they pop everything, they attack twice, first attack okay, second attack you summon a Prime Monarch from the graveyard and you're good to go. Last but not least, we have a Frost Plus of the Monarch, because you can just search for it, send it to the graveyard. There's a couple of very good effects to pop set cards, also monsters. What do we have last but not least? Edea, of course. If you got the third copy, play 3 copies. Mandatory 3 copies is what makes the deck going, basically. You summon this, for the special summon you go for Edus. When you summon Edus, you get an additional tribute summon, and they help each other. Actually, when this is in the graveyard, so the following turn after you use this combo, you can banish this from the graveyard to summon this from the graveyard and summon another Edus from the deck. That's it. And well, instead, when this is sent to the graveyard, you get to recycle a banished Monarch. So make sure to use Pantheism effect from the graveyard before tributing summon with Edea. And last but not least, Edea is a chain block. I'm gonna show you during the replays. What happens is that if you tribute summon a monster, of course, for example, Gaius or either one of this, you tribute summon it, you activate its effect. Let's suppose your opponent has Crystal Wing, okay? If you tribute summon Edea, after the effect of Caius, you chain block with the effect of Edea. So you activate straight away in chain Edea's effect to recycle. At that point, your opponents with the negation can only negate the Edea's effect, but not the Monarch's effect. So they cannot negate your Monarch's triggers effect on summon. Anyway, guys, that was all for the explanation. Don't care about the extra deck. Never pull that out. Literally, actually, never. So don't care. I just put some stuff. If you break, like you have double Edis in your hand, you can go into Link Kuribo if you have Idia, but nothing more than that. 1 for 1, of course, just to summon Idia from the deck. Free special summon. Guys, that was all for the explanation. If you have some doubt, of course, feel free to drop them in the comment section down below. And let's jump right into the replays. Here we go, my boys. First replay interrupting a 4-win streak. Let's see what we have. It should be Raging Pendulum. It's with Orchestra or without. Let's see. We have double pot of grid to begin with, so I guess it's a very good starting hand. And it's got the full combo without Pendulum call though. So it's got the search, it's got... Oh, we can speed things up, right? So it's gonna search for the Noble Dragon, so it's gonna have a huge board. Some level 4s. So it's gonna have the Meteor Burst Dragon. The Abyss Dweller is actually a very bad thing to face. Monarchs really are shut down from Abyss Dweller because they have tons of stuff from the graveyard to activate. So that was tough. We have Pantheism to draw to. I discarded the Pantheism though because it was the only one that I had. So then we went with he went with the Dweller, so no effect from the graveyard. I just went with 1 for 1 to summon our Idia that cannot activate its effect though. Also the problem is that we had both the Adas in the hand, so very bad. We summon the Adas because even if you normal summon him, you get the additional tribute summon with the Erebus, of course, sending a couple of stuff in the graveyard, and to make that come back to deck so he cannot Pendulum summon anymore. And now we're showing like he cannot Pendulum summon. It's gonna be pretty tough though. So it's got the Abyss Dweller. As soon as he activates the effect, I'm gonna change the effect of the Prime Monarch to have another defense on the field. We went the Off-Dragon Magician to recycle that, and then we went into Beatrice. So this is Urka's like. He sent a glow-up bulb to the graveyard and just got rid of my Prime Monarch. But now we have all the effect from the graveyard to be activatable. Pantheism first to get some stuff. You can choose whatever you want. He went with Tenacity, so I can just grab what I want with Tenacity. Grabbing another Prime Monarch. At this point, Tribute Summon into Ryza to get that come back to deck. Use the effect to send something else to the graveyard. It was the Tickle Crusader to make my boy come actually be face down. We're not done yet. Erebus comes back to my hands with the effect. Also Edis, we're not done yet. We have the special summon of the Idia and the Prime Merge to get another body on field. So now when we tribute summon Idia, we get the recycle because it's sent to the graveyard. It's got the Time Breaker, he's got both the Pendulum skill. Can you believe it? As soon as you activate the second one, we have Escalation of Monarch, Tribute Summon, Erebus to send one of the skill back to the deck. And that's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Second duel, my boys, another Raging Pendulum. I'm seeing tons of this, all with Yorker stuff, of course. I was playing either right here. Again, it's not the best option. The ones that you see is on the side, the best way to play. I was playing, of course, Aether plus Kurats, because if you play Aether, you have to play Kurats, otherwise there's no reason to use the effect of Aether during your opponent's turn. So he's got Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. First, his One Roach is not what you need against Monarch. Unfortunately, maybe this guy didn't know this. We started with Tenacity to grab the Prime Monarch, the card you always want to discard with the Pantheism because it's a free special summon. Then we had Idia to start with, summoning the Adas. Now Adas, we have an additional special summon. We have Pantheism to get any of those. Let's see what he's gonna let us hut. Anyone was good because we already had the Pot of Greed in our hands. Look at that. Another one. Look at this. We were so lucky. That triple Pot of Greed. Adas Tribute Summon into Chaos to banish the Odd Eyes. And I misclicked, guys. The prompt happened to say, would you summon with activate effect of SIMORGH? I said no because I'm stupid. So keep in mind, SIMORGH could be already here, okay? Keep in mind that. So we attacked with Chaos, and then we went with the Joker to grab another boy. Then I went with the effect of Aether, as you can see right there, to summon the Aether, and then the effect of Idia. So we're gonna have Idia to recycle the Pantheism, and then Ether to summon Kurats to pop the skill basically, so that he cannot do nothing. But as you can see, that's why I put away Kurats plus Ether. I popped the skills and he drew a Pendulum Call. 2 cards. So Pendulum plus the card to discard with Pendulum Call. So keep in mind, not the best thing. It still worked in the end, I guess, because now I just went with the summon of SIMORGH, so that I can negate the off dragon activation. So that was pretty nice. This point he set the other one. He has Wisdom Eye, but he cannot activate the effect of Wisdom Eye because of Pendulum Call. So he went only with the Pendulum Summon. This was a crazy duel, and he's got the off dragon to recycle stuff. He's got a couple of level 6 Dragon P to pop the escalation, Beatrice. So it's not done yet. He's gonna send stuff to the graveyard, and in the end, we went with time limit. But look at this, tons of stuff to do. And yep, Ether plus Kurats, it's not the best thing to use. That's still how you do it, my boys. There you go. Third duel interrupting a full win streak against yugioh. So it's still Raging Pendulum yep. It's still Raging Pendulum. We have a hand, like we have something, but we need a Monarch spell trap card to make this work, right? To make this go in. Even if we have Idia plus Eidos incoming, right? So it's got the full combo with the Pendulum call, right? So we can speed things up, right? So it's got, let's see how many summons though. 1, 2, 3, 4, of course, the Pendulum summon. Is grabbing the Wisdom Eye. Then it's got the, actually only decal talk in a set card, so this is the Orchest build, right? We have Tenacity to grab the Prime Monarchs. First we use 1 for 1 in order to thin the deck, right? Because we do not want to draw this stuff, because we can special summon those. Then I went with the Pantheism to draw a couple of cards. Pantheism to grab another of the cards, another Monarch spell trap card, so we have another Pot of Greed, as you can see. Pantheism is fine, there you go, straight away. Let's show again, and then Prime Monarch to have an additional summon, and then first Tribute Summon into Erebus to use its effect. Chain block with EDI, as you can see. He had the Chalice, unfortunately, so he's still gonna negate this, but it's fine. So Pantheism back to hand, and guess what? A third Pot of Greed in the thing. We got the escalations, everything we needed. We just started attacking, and we're chilling. We're gonna leave that there, so we cannot Pendulum Summon to here. That was the purpose. It's got the Pendulum Summon from his hand though still, and he went with the Odd Eyes, the Wisdom Eye, and another Wisdom Eye. 2 level 4s, Dark Rebellion, Xyz Dragon, so we have to be careful about that, because now we went with the escalation, tributing the Eidos to summon Caius, so we have the interruption. Now, it seems like useless because because he can negate, but we needed that negate. We needed him to tribute this, so he cannot go into the Raging Odd Eyes, right? So he went with Dark Rebellion, we're chilling, he attacked that, but we're still chilling because we can just use the effect of Prime Monarch to save ourselves from the lethal. We're still there. Then we went with the effect of Erebus to grab Caius back on the back to hand. Then Pantheism's Revelation to grab another Monarch monster, but because we have the effect of Eidos to summon Idia and summon the Eidos back from the deck. So without performing the normal summon, we have an additional tribute plus the normal summon that we have in the turn. So Eidos first Caius to banish the Rebellion Xyz, Idia to recycle the Pantheism, right? And then another summon, there you go, Caius again to banish the Decal Talker that cannot negate because he has nothing to tribute. We just go for lethal, and that's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Here we go, my boys. This was the 4th, I guess, right? So we have Magician's Magic. And let's see what we have. He's got the... I've got the Idia to begin with. So first to thin the deck, of course, then we start drawing cards, okay? Pantheism to get any of the cards to basically have another discard, right? Because we want to keep the escalation. He went for the Frost Blast, perfect. We have Pantheism again, some other draw. And now we're chilling. We can just save our tribute summon with the escalation. So that's how you want to hand your first turn with. It's got the Cosmic Summon, unfortunately. I went with the summon anyway, because I wanted to pull out the SIMORGH. As you can see, Kaio's Effect, plus yugioh, plus SIMORGH. So we tribute summon, we get special summon this guy from the hand. Pretty easy. And we got the escalation of MONARCH, unfortunately gone away. He's got the Apprentice to begin with, discarding the Secrets of Dark Magic, arguing the Dark Magician. Keep in mind we have the negation of the spell card, right? So it's got, I don't know why he went with the second effect of grabbing the Dimension Conjurer, and then he went with the Ayotmayas, that's why, but we can just negate with the SIMORGH. So you can still attack with Dark Magician though, but we have the Prime Monarch to save our life points pretty nicely. Now we need Pantheism, but we already have a Monarch in hand, so we went with the triple Tenacity to make sure to search, and he skipped. So Tenacity to search another Pantheism, for example, discarding the Prime Monarch to get double draw. We already have the Monarch to banish the Dark Magician. SIMORGH comes back, then you can attack. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Here we go, my boys. 5th duel, interrupting a rank up against Triple D, right? DDD. It's us to go first. We have triple part of grade, but we can only use 2, I guess. I mean, it depends. We got the Pantheism effect to get basically the Tenacity for sure. There you go. So we know we can draw. So we can add basically the Prime Monarch to have the summon, right? There you go, the Prime Monarch. So we can draw another couple of cards, hoping to go into yugioh somehow. Unfortunately, no. We just went with the Prime Monarch, first thing first. But luckily, we have a Monarch to summon with the 1 summon, right? It's got with Dark Contract with the Gate, using the effect, grabbing the Triple D Oblivion, and then you use the effect of Swords Rhyme. Now, toggle on, he activates this, and you want to go with the Tribute Summon, because so you Tribute Summon, as soon as his monster touches the field, the Kaio's effect is going to be activatable. That's it. So, escalation, you tribute the Prime Monarch, you go into the Kaios, the Fusion Summon is going to happen, High King Genghis is going to touch the field, boom, Kaio's effect is going to come in place, negate, actually to banish, plus SIMORGH to be special summon. Keep in mind, SIMORGH does not miss the timing because with the summon, because he says if you tribute. But he can miss the time with the Spell Trap card, of course, because it's a when. Keep in mind that. So we banish that, it just has a couple of set cards, but I feel quite safe thanks to SIMORGH. First, I popped with the Frost of Blood of Monarch, he's got the Book of Moon. We're chilling, actually, he can Book of Moon that, because now we had to negate with the other one. We just pop it anyway, but we would have negated, and we got the Pantheism, but at this point there's nothing you can do, right? Because we got even more stuff, and we can just attack. Now we had the idea that was not needed, but still. It went with all throws as a fact though, so to recycle itself, he got the damage, but as soon as he tries to search, look at the surprise. SIMORGH to negate, because you're gonna get the effect as well. So negates the search. It's not dead yet. It's got this weird slime to summon that, but we got the escalation to summon Erebus. It can be summoned also with a tribute summon monster. So SIMORGH comes back. Erebus send the Thomas back to the deck, and that's simply how you do it, my boys. There you go. Last but not least, we have Speedroids. And you just need to hope to draw the Book of Moon here. There's nothing you can do, right? Because let's speed things up. We know, I mean, Speedroid is predictable. Like, we know what they play, we know what they end up with the Crystal Wing, and backwards that are Book of Moon, Cosmic Cyclone, or Lance, or Chalice. These are the four cards that are in the pool, right? So the best turn one this is with basically the Clear Wing Synchro Dragon, so 2 monsters in effect negation. That's pretty tough for us. So we started with the Pantheism to grab the basically anything is fine. He went for the Pantheism, thinking maybe that you can only use one of these per turn. Mistake. But even if we went with the other one, we would have searched with the Tenacity, so it was the same thing, right? It wouldn't have mattered at all. So we went with Tenacity to grab actually the Prime Monarch, something to discard, and then I went with the double draw. Book of Moon, luckily what we needed to get rid of that. Then we got the Frost Plus of the Monarch to get one of the back rows. Book of Moon, very nice pick. Idia to begin with, summoning the... Now we're chilling because the only problem is the Crystal Wing that can stop the Idia. But once that you have that, when you tribute summon, the Clear Wing cannot stop it because, as I told you during that list breakdown, with Idia we chain block. So there you go, tribute summon here Rebus, effect of the Rebus, Idia to chain block and retake back the Pantheism. So we just shuffle into the deck the back row, then Pantheism to draw more cards. We have already the escalation. We just need to. We just hope to draw a couple of another Monarch, and we're chilling. You just scooped. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. These can be a very nice deck to cog with at the end of the month. Unfortunately, against a Speedroid, guys, if you do not draw the Book of Moon, it's 90% of the time a loss. That's it. Also, he has a lot of plays, to be honest, so he can actually recover. So I really love this, but it can be bricky sometimes. Of course, it's not top tier, but it's a lot of fun. Love it. With SIMORGH, you just add that extra spice with the negation that can help you go through back rows. But that's it. That's my idea. I think I'm gonna try even more stuff, of course, with Heather, because I wanted to use Heather as well. Anyway, guys, that was all for today's videos. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you have any questions, if you, of course, feel free to drop them. I'll be happy to help. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.